Real quick before this video starts, I just want to say a massive thank you to Statius for editing this video. He's edited a handful of Oasis videos before for me, so I greatly appreciate it. Also, this is like the most up and down reaction ever. Not to like spoil anything, but this is the widest array of scores I think I've ever seen on a reaction on my channel. Like, the fucking of how much I enjoy the songs on this album is absolutely insane. So this is an interesting one. With that being said, enjoy the video. We're doing this shit again. Not particularly. Not particularly. Excited is not the word I'd use to describe this. I just thought, fuck it. I'll get it out of the way. This is me cashing my check, essentially. I'm doing one last bit of selling out, talking about this band, then a ranking video, and then it's done. I'm doing this because I'm broke. Motherfucker, I don't make money from videos. I don't make any money from videos. I'm not monetized. I don't make a penny. The streams are the only place where I make any money off this channel. I don't make a dime. What the fuck is going on with this scene? Yeah, people don't like this album. Ladies and gentlemen, people do not like this album. 56 user, 43 critic. This is the worst received Oasis album up to this point. Now, to be fair, my opinions seem to be the opposite of most Oasis fans. Most Oasis fans absolutely fucking despise Be Here Now. I think that album is okay. Most Oasis fans aren't the craziest on Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. I thought that album was a 5 out of 10. It's alright. So, maybe, just maybe, this will be the album that I like. I like a song on this album. This album has Stop Crying Your Heart Out on it. I've not heard that song in probably like 5 years, but I remember liking it. Maybe this album's gonna be a good time. Maybe this album will be fun. Heathen Chemistry came out in 2002. It is 11 tracks, an hour and 16 minutes. Now, half of that album's runtime is this shit. 38 minutes. Oasis decided they were going to do a Deftones, and they had 30 minutes of silence tacked on to the end of the album. And if you think we're going to listen to all of that silence, yes we are. I'm joking, no we're not. Half this album's runtime is for a fucking hidden track. Whatever, I don't give a shit. We're just going to get straight into this. No need for an intro. The people aren't here to listen to me blabber. We're just going to get straight into this shit. Track 1, Hindu Times. You've got to be taking the fucking piss. Okay. It's flooding back to me now. This was the album where Liam Gallagher was like doing so much drugs or smoking or whatever that he completely fucked his voice, right? Though, instrumental here is actually kind of pleasant. I like the very roomy production they got here. Not even roomy, it sounds like they're recording this in a fucking tunnel. And I mean that in a good way. It's making it sound a lot bigger. It's actually really like capturing the scope that I feel like they're going for. And I think the writing here is, while it's not the most impressive, it's definitely a lot better than some of the dog shit writing on the earlier albums. This is fine so far. It's just Liam's vocals that I think are utter shit. Noel sings a good feeling. Okay, good. That means it's not going to be only Liam the whole time. That's good. No real sense of progression on this song. We kind of just stay where we started. The instrumental hasn't changed. Fucking, I've never noticed the angelic backing vocals. I didn't notice them up until now. The mix is so fucking packed that they're barely audible. But I want 50 guitars in my Oasis. Transition? Into dogshit electronics? Okay. That song was not the worst thing in the world. It was just kind of boring, to be honest. The song didn't really have a sense of progression. It kind of just stayed where it started without the instrumental really changing or feeling like it built to anything. The entire track just felt like running in circles, essentially. Liam Gallagher's vocals, they started off intolerable, but I kind of got used to them throughout the course of the song and got to the point where they just fell into the background and I didn't really give a fuck. This is whatever the song. This is whatever the song. I'm feeling a 4.7 on this track. 4.7. It could be a lot worse. I know it can get a lot worse, so I'm fucking counting my blessings right now. Speaking of a lot worse, these electronics sound like shit. Next track, Force of Nature.
Yeah, I feel like the force of nature could make you bend the thieves of the night are coming to take you away. Smoking on my stash, burning on my cat.
This is your big chorus? There's no... Where's the dynamics? Why hasn't the song gotten louder? You have a big chorus and then you keep it at the exact same volume. Where's our sense of dynamic range? What the fuck? Sounds like country music if you shot the artist in the foot. Yeah, this is the worst album, it doesn't get any better. I don't know, Stop Crying Your Heart Out's an okay song from what I remember. Who knows, maybe I'll think it's shit this time around. Aren't musicians more creative when they're on drugs? Exactly, the Beatles, Bowie, Corey Feldman, all musicians are more creative when they're on drugs. They aren't Bowie on stage, they're literally the exact example I was thinking. For these Oasis videos, I know Zayray wants to edit one as well. We'll give one editing duty to Statius, one to Zayraya, and then I'll do one of them. How about that? This is fucking miserable. Holy shit. Big Oasis fan, even I know this song is shit. Yeah, that's how you know you're cooked when even the Oasis fans don't like it. No, I will not be doing all their compilations and live albums. I think I'd rather, like, eat my own fucking arm off of my body than do that. Fucking world's longest fade out. Holy shit. You don't think anyone will shout at me for not liking this album? That was fucking terrible. Feeling a 1.3 on that? That was such a crazy step down from the previous track, production-wise, songwriting-wise, instrumentally. The band lose all sense of dynamics on that song. The chorus is at the same volume as the verses, and the verses are underwhelming as it is. So it makes the choruses feel so flaccid. That entire song is just flaccid. There is no meat on the bone. There is no punch to the mix. The band just kind of sleepwalk their way through that track. I have never heard a band sound more bored during a song in my life. Fuck me, man. Here I am, sat at the beginning being like, well, maybe because I have the opposite opinion to Oasis fans most of the time, maybe I'll end up loving this album. No, this is dog shit. This is like maybe worse than Morning Glory, that song. It's reaching worse than Morning Glory levels of dog shit. That's like going down to how much I fucking hated stuff on the master plan. I've next got Hung in a Bad Place. Okay. Nice guitar tones. Sounds like it's it's like a shitty recording of a concert. Just you who doesn't understand what Liam's singing in the verse. I mean, even with the lyrics in front of me, I can barely fucking follow along with what's going on. The writing on this album, this song and the last song, has somehow taken a step down. The writing here is really A, lazy, and B, so all over the place. You know, Oasis were on a bit of an upward trajectory, you know? I don't like their first handful of albums at all. But then Be Here Now was better. I thought that album was like 6 out of 10. And then you get to fucking Shoulders of Giants, which is like 5 out of 10. That album's It's meh, but it's better than the first three. This is we're back in the fucking trenches. We are back in the trenches. This is actual like unlistenable dog shit. What the fuck? What happened? What? Fucking backing vocals. The soundtrack is actually pretty good. Hey, it ends on a bang, I'll give it that. That outro was actually nice. Tied together the song pretty well. The repetition of For Too Long over and over again was really solid. Fair play, that song ended on a bang, I'll give it that. I'll give that song a high 3, like a 3.7, 3.8. And the reason for that is because the song had a lot of potential that it just kind of squandered. Actually pretty solid guitar tones, interesting instrumental ideas, and actually fairly passionate performance from Liam Gallagher are lost in a sea of dogshit mixing and really questionable structure choices. All of that being wrapped up with a nice little shit bow tie of the appalling writing on this song. Oh my god, the lyrics are so bland. Also, they've lost their ability to write a hook. Has anyone else noticed that? The catchy part of the song is this. This is meant to be the hook. That is just not a satisfying melody at all. Oasis are meant to be... The entire appeal of the band is that they like people get pissed off their face and sing along with the music blaring. That is not a satisfying melody. I don't know who would want to sing along with that. That's a dog shit melody. That's your hook? We're losing the ability to even write a hook. Oh, we got Stop Crying Your Heart Out up next. Who knows, maybe the song will still be good. I've not heard it in a long time, but I remember enjoying this track.
Hold up. Don't be scared. You'll never change what's been and gone. May your smile.
Don't know how I feel about the strings. I think this works better just as a ballad, just as a piano ballad. Oh shit. Yeah, this song is... It's insane that like Oasis have made a song as good as this. This is actually a genuinely damn near like perfect ballad. This song is stunning. Seriously. Songwriting and just the lyrics in general, not just the songwriting, but the actual writing itself. It's so heartfelt. It feels like a direct conversation between two people. You even get a bit of call and response in there to add on to this. This is a genuine emotional outburst and something that is easy to connect to because it's direct, it gets straight to the point, and Liam Gallagher doesn't feel like he's forcing it too much. I still think the raspiness in his voice is a little bit grating here, but not to the same degree that it has been on previous tracks. And their ability to create more of like a swelling instrumental as opposed to something that's just blaring loud in your face is also surprisingly really great here. Color me impressed. I remember liking this song, but hearing it like with headphones and actually hearing how it's mixed in the production, this is really impressive. That's very Beatles. Extra fucking melody with the strings, that's a bit much. It's their fourth biggest song, deservedly so. Like, well deserving of being one of their biggest songs. I'm out of tea now. I don't mind the extended outro here either. Having a tag on the end of the song is actually a really sweet choice. Especially considering this is a song about comforting someone struggling with the process of moving on and feeling the need to be there for somebody. It feels like a direct conversation. This last bit feels like, you know, just an extra bit of like comfort for this person. This song is like by a fucking landslide the best Oasis song, and I don't think it's close. I can't think of a song that even comes close to reaching the heights of this. This is a genuine, like, masterpiece of a song and a near perfect ballad, in my opinion. This sees the band creating something that connects, something that's fucking incredibly written. The performances here actually feel so passionate. Feels like the band are actually playing with each other. It feels like there is a sense of incredible dynamics and chemistry on this song. On top of that, the song is able to pull emotions out of me. I actually can feel myself at points genuinely choking up during this song. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous track. Easily like a low 9? It's like a 9.3 for me. I am shocked at how much I love this returning to it. Like, I already knew I liked this song, but fucking hell, this is incredible. Like, I'm not bullshitting. That song genuinely is everything I want this band to be and everything I wish this band was. That was actually ridiculously good. I don't have faith in the rest of this album being as good as that song. At least Oasis have proved to me that they can make a song this good. They've had tracks that I've enjoyed on Be Here Now and Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. This is the first Oasis song I can really say I actually, like, love. Easily their best track. Not even close. Up next we have Songbird. I've heard this. I've heard my brother play this song. This is the second song Liam wrote for Oasis. This is only the second one? Wow. This song's actually surprisingly pretty solid as well. The album's really taken a step up here. Huh. Yeah, short and sweet. That's the perfect way to describe that. A nice song. A cute little acoustic ballad. Considering this is Liam Gallagher's second song that he wrote for Oasis, it's well written, a genuinely delightful, loving tribute to his wife that has all of the heart, all of the passion that it needs. It's simple, it doesn't try and reach and be this big ambitious thing, it just is what it is, and it does great at that. I'm feeling a 7.6 on that song, solid 7. I wouldn't come back to it. These two songs have taken a big step up. Please, for the love of God, say the album keeps this up. These last two songs have been good. I next we have Little by Little, another pretty big song. This album has a 1 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10 song. That's the range you get with Oasis, I guess. This chorus isn't terrible, but just kind of underwhelming. It's got a nice atmosphere. The band is showing a fucking very rare display of building an atmosphere. Amazing hook, what you're talking about? I found it to be pretty underwhelming. I think it might be just the fact that I prefer it when Noel gives a more subtle, subdued vocal performance. When he starts going into like a higher registry, when he starts belting more, I think that's where his voice starts to fall. Or I think he's really good at giving something a little more subtle. I don't think his voice works as well when he tries to belt. And maybe that's it. It's their worst album by a country mile. I didn't like the first 3 songs, but the past couple have been better. They had 2 new members for this album who were much better musicians compared to the old bassist and rhythm guitarist. That's what the instrumental's about. I see. Love to hear me sing this chorus. I'm not a singer, I'm afraid. I'm a drummer. These songs end off a lot stronger than they start most of the time. You're a singer, we need to make a cover together with only vocals and drums. Sounds like it would fucking suck. The outro's dragging a bit. I feel like it didn't really need this much at the end here. Yeah. That song was not as strong as the previous 2, but I still think the song was absolutely listenable. It is a fucking far cry from being as bad as the first 3. I'll give it like a solid 5, like a 5.5, 5.6. When Noel Gallagher is giving a more subdued vocal performance, I think that the song really shines. As you get to see something that's a little more intimate, you get to see something that is a lot more personal. But going into the chorus, it has, I don't know, it just has more of a, like an underwhelming hook to it. I think that's the biggest thing with this album, is that the hooks are just so underwhelming. The band have kind of lost their ability to create something that is catchy in the same way, you know, their old albums are, which for as much as I don't enjoy their old albums, I will say the songs, melodically, the band can write a hook. And I feel like they've kind of lost their ability to do that here. And I also just, when Noel Gallagher starts belting, it really doesn't work, in my opinion. I just want his voice to be more subtle the entire way through. But still, the song is fine. It's very listenable. I wouldn't even say it's bad. It's just kind of meh for me. The positives and the negatives balance out pretty evenly. And next we have A Quick Peep. How's the album so far? 50-50. The first 3 songs were terrible, tracks 4 and 5 were good, and then track 6 was... What is the point of this interlude? Oh my god, it's truck month music. You need the new Ford F-150. Good transition. Terrible interlude though. I'm feeling a flat 4 on that. That was pointless bullshit truck month music. Don't know why that was there. Up next we have Probably All in My Mind. Best interlude ever made is Fitter Happier. I mean, it's on my favorite album. Don't tell me that 4 and 5 are the only good songs we're gonna get. Please. Holy shit. Yeah, this feels just like a dog shit attempt at a Beatles song. For the love of God, don't say that track 4 and 5 are all we're gonna get. I'm goosed for the rest of the album? Fuck. Second half of this album is dreadful. Can't wait. It's off to a pretty terrible start with this song. This is fucking miserable. Layered vocals are atrocious. Oh my god, what an ugly texture. And goofy ass background noises as well. You know what? The transitions on this album are actually pretty good. That's one thing I'll give it. The flow of this shit is actually kind of great. But that being said, that doesn't mean the songs are good. I think that song is... We're back in the trenches, okay? We're back in the trenches with that song. That was absolutely grating to listen to. Jesus Christ, what a fucking chore of a song. Liam Gallagher's vocals, my tolerance for them was really stretched there. It feels like the rasp to his voice is brought to an all-time high. His annoying inflection and his dog shit sense of melody. It's stretching my patience pretty fucking thin. And the production, man. I feel like the production on this album's been up and down, but that feels like the furthest down that it's gotten. It's like a low 2. 2.2, 2.3. Somewhere around there. That was the dog shit that I was expecting right there. Him started losing his voice around this time. Yeah, you can unfortunately tell. Up next we have She Is Love.
She is love, and the way is high and steep. I do believe her when she speaks.
This is fine. I think this album works best when they keep it simple, to be honest. When they keep it more simple, it feels like they're able to create something that's actually pretty well balanced. Noel is loving the country influences on this album. Yeah, the album cover is interesting. What an abrupt ending. That song was fine. Feeling like a flat 6 on that. I like this album most when it keeps it simple, I think. When this album slows it down and like keeps it at a much, you know, it doesn't go too crazy with like being super big and ambitious. When it plays to its strengths, which is its subtlety, I think this album works the best. And that's a perfect example of that. That's Noel making a perfectly fine country-adjacent acoustic little ballad that I think was actually kind of cute. Rate out of 100 instead of 10? You know, the reason I use a decimal is because that technically, it's the same as rating it out of 100, except it's divided by 10. Just times it by 10 and you get an out of 100 score. Right, last song before we get to the hidden track thing, we have Born on a Different Cloud. I rate the new logo they didn't keep. What, you mean this bullshit right here? Not great. Looks like a U2 album cover. Last song before we get to the hidden track, and I don't know, is the hidden track like an official part of the album? Like, what do I do for that? Do I count it? What is this circus, like, parade bullshit? The bum, 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 bum. What it... Better Man is the final song before the hidden track. Thank you. Surprisingly bland way to finish. I was expecting this album... Well, this isn't the closer. I keep thinking this is the closer. This is not the closing song. This song isn't bad. It's just bland. It's kind of colorless. The textures here all feels just like wallpaper. I don't know how I feel about these vocal effects either, man. It feels like he's trying to do a John Lennon thing like on A Day in the Life, but it's not really working in the song's favor at all. Again, this song isn't terrible. It's just a little uninteresting. The album doesn't suck. It's not Oasis's worst. Far from Oasis's worst, in my opinion. This album, I will say, is okay. Who knows, maybe the closer will fucking tank the score, but I will say this album's alright. Why is this outro so fucking long? We've got another minute of song to go. So I was trying to accomplish something that didn't. Yeah. For as much as I don't like Champagne Supernova, it felt like they were trying to create another version of that. That's this big song with long repeating sections. It's trying to be as much of like everyone in the crowd with their lighters up in the air singing along. And it doesn't come close. The song has good ideas, but I think the execution is absolutely atrocious. Holy shit, these vocal effects make Liam Gallagher somehow even less tolerable than he has been on the weakest tracks on this album. I think that the pacing of this song is fucking abysmal. 6 minutes. There's like overstaying your welcome, and then there's like essentially you trying to claim squatters' rights in my fucking house. That's what this song is doing. 6 minutes is taking the piss. And on top of that, I think the writing here is really lackluster. For an album where the writing has been up and down, I feel like this is some of the weakest it's gotten. Yeah, this song was very underwhelming. Feeling a flat 3 on this track, unfortunately. Good ideas, but the execution is not there. Alright, now we're on to Better Man. So we're gonna count the song Better Man towards the score, but then we're not counting the hidden track. Let's go, Better Man. What's up, MCTV? What the fuck, man? What? Home stretch, we're almost done. At least it's not the Walrus cover. Yeah, that Walrus cover is terrible. I still stand by the fact that that's the worst thing Oasis put out. Oasis always act like they have 60% more aura than they do. Yeah. Is that master plan bad? It's master plan levels of bad. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. The worst closing song is that this album could have possibly gotten. I'm not surprised, but that was genuine, unlistenable garbage. I'm feeling a high 0 to a flat 1 on that song. That was actually intolerable ass. The riff was aggravating. Liam Gallagher's vocals on this song are the worst they have been on the entire album. And the writing, oh my god, this song is absolutely atrociously written. Wow. What timestamp do I need to skip to get to this bonus track? There we go. Okay, it's in 6. I was confused about the time signature then. I expected it to be in 4, and then I lost track of where I was. Is this it? Really? This is the best you can give us? This is your big hidden track? It's just this boring ass, colorless instrumental? Liam brings swagger. Liam brings an attitude that feels like the fucking rich kid flexing at school. That's the attitude that I feel like Liam Gallagher brings to a song. That was underwhelming. I feel a high 3 to a 4 on that instrumental. I feel sorry for anyone who got this on CD back in the day and actually waited for that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done. That was Heathen Chemistry by Oasis. This is not their worst album. This album actually has some pretty big highlights. I'm going to start with the positives. The biggest positive here is that I think the flow of this album is pretty good. Oasis did a really good job pacing this for the most part, and I feel like they are able to craft these songs in a way where the songs do get progressively better as they go along. So it does leave you with the feeling of like a track is worth getting all the way through because the best stuff is usually at the end. Also, on top of that, it has some pretty standout highlights, 2 pretty standout highlights, in my opinion. Songbird, I think, is a really well-written, sweet, loving tribute to Liam Gallagher's wife. And then Stop Crying Your Heart Out is the best song I've heard from Oasis by a landslide, a genuinely incredible, near-perfect ballad that is really able to connect and draw some pretty big emotion out of me. Then you have the rest of the album. The rest of this album ranges from boring to flat-out unlistenable. We are going back to the master plan levels of ass here. The production is absolutely atrocious. Liam Gallagher's voice feels like it's at its most strained, like he's struggling the most he ever has, and he is unable to even put across a decent hook. They lost their ability to create a decent hook. On top of that, the writing on this album is so all over the place. Some of the songs are really well written, Stop Crying Your Heart Out and Songbird, and then some of the tracks, you look at like the writing and you look at the lyrics, and it is just shocking how awful they are at writing emotional songs, writing tracks that are trying to like come across as cool or, bring like the rock star attitude. I am just, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this album. I'm very 50-50 on this. It's not their worst project. Again, some big highlights. Stop Crying Your Heart Out is amazing. But it's Oasis. I obviously wasn't going to love this. Still, it's better than I expected. Ladies and gentlemen, I am feeling a 4.3 out of 10 on this album. 4.3. This album's okay. Well, it's not okay. It's mixed negative. This album is better than I expected. I know I said at the beginning, oh, maybe I'll go into this and love it because the Oasis fans seem to really hate this one and I tend to have the opposite opinion. I knew I wasn't going to like this. It's better than I expected, though. I will say, going into this with the expectation that it was going to be like 2-3 out of 10 level, getting something that is just mixed negative with some highlights is really all I could have asked for here. And I'm glad to have finally checked this out at the end of the day. It's fine. It's okay. I can see why Oasis fans would say this is their least favorite, but in my opinion, it's a far cry from their worst. The highlights here are high enough to bring it up a decent bit for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to other Oasis albums for you. Yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Going to be doing their final 2 albums soon as well. Links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. Like and sub if you haven't as well. And I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye bye.